I choose to try to get close and learn about everybody at the same time. It wasn't like I knew anything about other other Africans or understood them. And what I found that every one of them have unique
Everyone
cultures,
was
a
trying to
unique.
be victims.
Can you come now? I'm saying something different. Every one of the people I met all have unique culture and unique mentality. The mentality of a Kenya is completely different from the mentality of a Ghanaian. The mentality of a Ghanaian is completely different from the mentality of even Caribbeans. Jamaicans' mentality is even different from people from Haiti.
Yeah, that is true. That
Yeah,
is true.
I literally made friends with everybody just to learn their cultures.
Like we got
Everybody
similar
have
cultures like music and stuff, but it
exactly.
don't be the same mindset because
And
like
even the Black Americans, they have different mentality. Like when I lived in New
right,
York,
right, right.
and then when I came to the South, the New Yorkers are completely different from the people from Louisiana.
Hmm.
So like people are different. So then when everybody started doing this conversation about those tethers, they just combine all these Africans. See, they all just want people that think the same way. And I'm like, these guys are ridiculous. It's like it's just sweeping thing that they do is just like, okay, these guys are just ridiculous, man. These are the Africans, the Africans. I'm like, dude, these Africans don't even know shit about each other. See, today I'm still learning about
I
different
have a question.
people.
I have a question. So you have St. James and Michael. Y'all are both from Africa, right? Or different? You're from the continent, right? Do you guys consider yourself to be African, or do you consider yourself to be from a tribe?
We okay, by definition, as Africa is a continent. A continent is not a people, it's not a single people. Just like in Europe, it's like having a Europeans. Are you from Europe? Do you consider yourself a French or a European? It's gonna tell you I'm French. Europe is just a joke, it's just a geographic mere geographical expression. A piece of
So
land.
here's the question,
I'm asking,
Mike. Where are you from?
do you I'm from Nigeria. Do you know that
Like
do
St.
you know
James.
that
Hold on, cut,
yeah.
cut. St.
Little,
James, where
little.
you from?
Burkina Faso.
You're from Burkina Faso and Nigeria. Do
Mhm.
you consider yourself to be from Africa or Burkina Faso and Nigeria?
Okay, Mike was answering
Or
the
would you
question.
say Africa?
Okay, Mike
Okay.
was answering. I don't know if it's done. I
Let
can
me
answer.
let me finish answering it. I don't know why she cut me off. I'm giving you an honest answer.
Because I'm the owner
Not
of the
because she's the
Let me answer a
host, she
particular
just trying
answer
to host a
respectful.
channel. That's how we do it sometime, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I don't know. Let me just learn. Okay, a country in Africa, there's several countries in Africa called, like, you have country called Libya, Tunisia. Those people are Arabs. I don't even look like them. So they're Africans too. If you go to South Africa, you see some white South African, they're there too. So Africa is just a continent. Yeah, I'm from Africa. That's my continent. But I'm not the same person as other people from other part of Africa because they have their own
I
culture.
see what he's saying.
You get
It's
what I'm
like you
saying? So
saying a
even
American. It's like if you group in an American person up with a Canadian. Like, bro, what are
exactly, it's
you
like saying
doing?
and I'm a North American.
Okay, now here's a question. Here's a
Exactly.
question.
Even white American and the white Canadian will say we're from
Here's a
North
question.
America, but we're
I'm
not.
going to ask the same question of Witch Doctor.
But
You're
let me just let me just explain my
hold on,
solution.
real quick, because I'm trying to get control of this. You are considered Caribbean, right? From a Guyana.
Yeah, but we don't call ourselves Caribbean in the Caribbean. You know what
That's
I'm
what I'm
saying?
trying
Right,
to understand, right? So
right.
when we start talking about like this delineation,
Can
right?
I say this one thing though, Genesis? The reason why we don't do that is because in the Caribbean is black people, is people from the Middle East, is Chinese people back in the planet when after slavery finished and our ancestors wasn't with that shit, they imported labor from India and China. So it even got them in the Caribbean. So we just say we Caribbean. That don't say nothing about who we really are as like a black Guyanese or you know what I'm saying? Or there's Indo Guyanese, there's China, there is is nationality and ethnicity is not a race. It's like, oh, the Caribbean race. It's like this should just be something weird.
Right. So when we say FBA, think about this. So America's a continent, right? You have New Yorkers, you have Detroiters, you have I mean, it's interesting that because a person might be from North Carolina, South Carolina, and each of these different places in the United States have different culture, different way they talk, all these different things. But somehow we want to lump FBA into one group and say that we're all foundational Black Americans. But then you might have, because America is a continent, the North America is a continent, by the way. You have Canadians in North America, you have just North America itself with different states, and all these different states have different cultures, language, everything, how they talk, everything. Like you hear a witch doctor speaking in a Guyanese Caribbean accent, but his patois might be different from a Jamaican. So
Yeah.
do we lump all the Caribbean people into one category? Even though they also say that the Caribbean is part of North America, by the way, guys.
Hmm.
So oh
Excellent
well,
point.
so where does foundational Black America start and end? Because you have from what I understand, Caribbean is a part of North America.
It starts with the people that started on this
Canadian
landmass.
North Americans, what landmass? Are Alaskans North Americans, right?
The North American
Oh,
land.
we
It's not
also have
hard.
to.
You guys are making this hard.
They're
It's
talking
not
about the
really
United
hard.
States.
Can
It's
I
another
add
slave. It
something?
makes sense. It makes
Can I
sense.
add something
It
real
really
quick?
makes sense. It's just their attacks on people that doesn't make sense.
It
The
makes
FBA
perfect
idea makes
sense if
sense
you
to
would
me.
open your ears and listen instead of just trying to talk, man. So
I,
the people that came over here, and there were some that were here before the transatlantic slave trade, got put together as slaves, had children after that. We are the descendants of them. It's that simple.
there was also slavery in Canada.
Okay, but we're
There
talking
was
about the
also
U.S.
slaves that came from Jamaica because there were slaves that were going back and forth from
Yep.
the Caribbean into America. So how
Yep.
do you know that your ancestors are not Caribbean or part of that part of North America? Because the Caribbean is a part of North America, by the way.
Because you can trace back.
And how trace back
Our
base?
family trees, a lot of our grandparents passed down. We all kind of know who our great grandmothers or great great grandmothers or great 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 grandfathers and things like that.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you what. If you look further back, especially if you're from South Carolina and Virginia, a lot of those slaves came from Jamaica.
Yeah, that's where they
So
broke.
as
They
much
broke the slaves in the Caribbean before they brought them to America. A lot of the plantation where they broke the slaves, like domesticate the slaves, was in the Caribbean. This is why the Caribbean had harsher slavery. Not to be like I'm not in the struggle banging on who had the struggle most, because with I could even say on the other hand, after slavery, white people left us and went about their way to somewhere else. But after slavery, white people stayed here with black Americans and further oppressed them, like Jim Crow and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to I don't compare
I think
like the thing about it off the internet. Me and people that I know, other black people from other places, we cool as fuck. It's just online people be hiding behind these screens talking about tether and being extra. But in real whole life, people adjust themselves accordingly, like dead ass.
Yo, I just want to put a clarification on like your statement about slavery. When it came to slavery and slaves coming from the Caribbean, mind you, only 300K slaves came to America, 300 between like 500 and 300,000. It wasn't a continuous slave trade. It was more like we were bred in America.
Yeah, this is what
So
I'm
But
like
you
saying.
we're
also have to
Break
genetically
the,
add the
distinct
I'm
illegal
talking
from
about
the
they
illegal
break the
slave
new,
Caribbeans and
trade
they
any
too.
other
break the
group.
new slaves and then they breed the slaves over here. Because
Yeah,
if I'm
yeah,
breeding you and
but
you
it was
Yeah,
a
born a
but
slave,
you
continuous breeding.
also
if
got
I'm
to add
breeding you
in
and
the
you born
illegal
a
slave
slave, I
trade.
don't gotta break you in. If I'm breeding you and you born a slave, I don't gotta break you in. That's what I'm
Yeah, but if
saying.
you look at the saliva and you look at the genetics, we have a distinct genetic connection to this country,
What
and
the
But
heck?
that
we
gives us our
that number
ethnicity.
is a little bit higher because there were illegal slave trades to America,
Right.
well, to the North America. So and we have the boats and the evidence to prove it because they literally tried to hide it after they abolished it.
Mm.
So there's
It's
still,
facts.
yeah.
Right,
So
but
there's
I
still
mean,
some
there's 80
issues going
million
on.
Black Brazilians and there's 40 million Black Americans and less than 300 like slaves, or we could say like 700, like a million slaves came to America. We could say that estimation. So, like, I don't know, from a population perspective and a math perspective, that part doesn't make sense to me. But ultimately, what I'm saying is our stories are completely different. A Black Guyanese person, like you said you were, uh, I guess you could say like the culture can be a little bit different in different parts of Guyana as well. So the whole point is that we have a shared history in this country. A lot of us, if you trace our ancestry, it goes back to Mississippi, it goes back to Virginia, it goes back to North Carolina. And we're genetically distinct to this country. If we did a DNA test, it's going to tell us that we're from this country. I know because that's what it told me. It told me I'm from this country. The African percentages are constantly changing, but the part where it talks about America, it stays consistent throughout.
So what are you? Of course, your DNA is gonna be in this country because
right. So when we're
like
talking about ethnicities, ethnicity isn't about just culture. It's about a genetic connection.
But that's something everybody
Correct.
Everybody
nobody.
knows.
All right. See, it says approximately 388,000 enslaved Africans were shipped directly to North America through other estimates suggest that the total could be around 400 to 500, including those who arrived after being transshipped through the Caribbean. While millions were brought to other parts of the Americas, the number that arrived, what is now U.S. is a small fraction of the total number of people transported during the slave trade, which is about 12 million. That sounds crazy. It's 12 million, really. I don't know if I believe that.
And the reason why
FBA Convo should hit the link. FBA Convo, FBA standalone. We got. Like, bro, like
I just want to say this.
The most slow shit is like, bro, nobody's not like all my life. I knew that there's Black Americans. Sure, you might change the name now and be FBA. You know what I'm saying? Shows out Tariq Nasheed. You know what I'm saying? Get your money.
The name's been changing for years.
Look at this. I always know that a Black American is not a Black Jamaican. We are Black, but we got different nationalities.
Right. So what's up? So shouldn't it be okay for a Black American to express their Black Americanness?
So yeah, it's okay. No one is against that. Why would anybody be against that? You've always expressed yourself.
Right. So the expression of our Black Americanness, we're just saying we want to focus on our own politics.
You could say you a Black American. You could say you from Cali. You could even claim you're rolling.
That's what we do.
So why you are under the impression that a particular group in America should care less about what you got to say? We should not.
So I'm under the impression that we shouldn't worry about what you guys have to say, and that we should just focus on our political.
And that's fine.
And why don't you just do that?
Yeah.
Why don't you just do that?
That's what we're doing. Like,
so
I mean, you're not.
Then why are you picking fights with it?
Like, it's literally about politics.
Every 5 minutes, we gotta be reminded that you guys are delineating.
Yes. So our government will continue to delineate the process.
If you listen. A Nigerian guy, right? Whether it's Igbo, Hausa, Burkinabe, Mosi, Jula, whatever. When we come on here, we already know who we are. We expect you to know who you are. So let me finish. We expect you. I never came across a Black American who was confused about who he is. The Black American that I met, they will tell me I'm Black American. So
right.
So now I'm kind of confused.
So why not let us just have our own identity? That way,
you have the latitude.
Right.
You have the latitude.
Someone else to have your own identity. That's the problem.
The problem is everything.
Won't stop you from having your
identity. What's happening is that it's like a delineation and a roast fest that happens. That
because we roast. When people roast us, we roast.
No, but if you roast,
you know what? Since we're family, right? Since we're family,
this is what I'm talking about. You're talking about it's a roast session, but in real whole life, like I got respect for Black Americans. A lot of my friends, them right now is Black American because I've been up here so long. So a lot of people I went to school with back home, I'm like, we grew apart. You know what I'm saying? I'm still good with my family. And I respect Black American culture, but in real whole life, if you was to try to roast me in all of that, I'll punch you in your shit. Like I don't give a fuck where you from, type shit.
Okay, that's fine.
So
everybody's a tough guy. I mean, it don't really matter.
I don't want to delineate and use it as an excuse to try to diss people and throw shots. And it's like, bro, you're gonna get that shit back. It ain't no Like, bro, like what the
Exactly.
like if I
My
punch
my
you in
my
your shit,
my,
that don't mean
my,
I'm
my
just saying
Caribbean friend,
FBA.
my
Wait a
Caribbean
minute.
friend.
Wait a minute.
Instead of
Listen,
punching back and doing those things,
No, I'm
video.
just giving
great.
an example. I'm just saying, if
Listen
I
to the
punch you in
video.
your shit, my bad, DJ Jen. If I punch you in your shit, I'm not punching FBA. I'm punching you in your shit because you goofy and you think you could talk shit. It
I
don't
get
mean
you.
that I'm punching
Pan
FBA because a
Africanism
lot
is
of
trying
y'all
to
is
get
self
people to move
appointing
back home to
yourself as the
Africa.
leaders of some shit, bro. Like y'all on some Tariq Nasheed shit. Y'all ain't no self
Okay, that's
appointed
So
that's
so
a
you
leaders.
see
little
the
childish
problem.
thing
Guys,
to say.
come
You
on
see,
now. Let's have some decorum. Let's go back
no,
to
let's have some decorum, right? You
Yeah,
see,
I
we
mean,
go
he
to
just
And
wanted
Africa,
to
there
right?
are
maybe
Can I
take
can
it.
I can I
that
ask?
can
Can I
move home,
just
and it's been a lot of people that have moved to Africa, and
right?
they okay with it. But
Two,
for the
3,000
majority
people.
of the people, you talking about 40. Some people say 50 million African American, Black American, however you want. I ain't got no problem with either. You see what I'm saying? When you talk about motherfuckers in the Pan African community, which is a very small minority group within the greater group, and y'all motherfuckers blowing this shit up like Pan Africanism is such a big threat, but y'all don't say shit to the Arab. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all don't niggas, y'all is weak, nigga. I don't, y'all niggas is weak to me. You see? You know what I'm saying? You supposed to have that smoke for that rap, nigga. That own all your motherfucking economy. See, if you want to hit a motherfucker, see, the thing is, man, everybody and we're gonna get to what's going on because it really don't make no difference. Because like I said, it's between two niggas. You see, everybody is really emulating the white man game. You see what I'm saying? Because he getting the bigger part of your bag, nigga. Anyway, he getting the greater part of your bag. That's why you begging him for whatever you begging him, motherfucker. Because if you was really about it, you would step to him about your shit. But you ain't about it, nigga. You gonna go through the ritual, nigga. You gonna cop a plea. You see what I'm saying? You gonna submit some papers, nigga. You see what I'm saying? That's what you gonna do. Real motherfuckers have they uprise and shit. You understand? Motherfucker take my shit. I'm just on an individual level. If a motherfucker took your shit, you would go in his mouth about your shit. You see what I'm saying? You wouldn't ask a motherfucker took your jacket or your shoes. You understand? Can I get my shoes back, dog? You see, can I get my jacket back, dog? You see what I'm saying? Motherfucker been leaked on top of your head, nigga. You see what I'm saying? Put work in, nigga, take your shit. You feel me? But see, but this is what we dealing with. So when it comes to that Neanderthal, y'all niggas come very humble. You see what I'm saying? Y'all ain't got, and that's where the bigger gain is. I look at the game. You know, who do we deal with to get the bigger game? You deal with the Neanderthal, you usurp the Neanderthal, that's the bigger game. You got the Rab. You see, Rab got goddamn liquor stores, gas stations throughout the motherfucking black community. He come over, he already got a formula. The same way he doing them niggas in Africa is the same way he come over in America and set up right here and own and sell liquor and crack vials and shit. You understand? They sell every fucking thing out the goddamn Arab. You know, out the Arab stuff. That's what they do, okay? Motherfucker go in there and get their paraphernalia, all of that shit, right out the Arab stuff. You see what I'm saying? So he's selling your liquor, blunt, all the paraphernalia for you to go in the streets, nigga, and sell dope. You see what I'm saying to your people? You ain't did shit, and half you niggas FBA, y'all, that's where y'all go. I know the deal. I know the deal. You can't play me, nigga. Where you go?
Exactly. So that's what I wanted to play. When you got a store that come into your black community and they got all the crack vial, the crack stems, pretend like it's a rose and you break it up and smoke your crack out of it. You got all the blunt rolls and the blunt wraps. And these Arabs they don't drink, they don't smoke weed, but they open up a store selling all that stuff. But we have so much vitriol for each other. And that is my problem. Y'all want to fight with each other. But
My
you have
sister,
the Arab that
Maybe the Pan Africans should
my
fix it.
sister, my sister. Check me out, man. African again. Africans on here in America. We ain't came here to fight Black American. I'm just trying to repeat that for everybody to listen. We're not here to fight nobody. You know, if there is a misunderstanding, we can talk about it as grown-ups
MJ,
instead.
can I add to what you're saying?
Right.
Remember, I
Yeah.
said earlier when we first came to America, like when you came from
Right.
Burkina Faso, that was your first time meeting people like all the African, like Nigerians and Caribbeans and
Right.
Black America, right? That was your first time. If you know the same thing, the Caribbeans will say the same thing when they come here. That's the first time they meet many Africans. If you
Right.
notice that the Caribbeans, Africans, we are not fighting each other in America.
Yeah, I
Like,
never
you get
met
what
an
I'm saying?
African before I
We're
moved
fighting
to
each
America.
other in
Yeah.
Britain.
Hold on, calm down. We're talking about America. I don't know what's going on in Britain. I don't live there, so I don't
And
know.
please let
But
me get in next.
hold on,
Go
calm
ahead,
down.
brother.
Even if we fight or something like that, he doesn't. We know that it's just individual fighting or something. We find out who they. But we don't. He didn't get to a point where I think Jamaicans hate Nigerians. Nigerians hate Burkina. This kind of stuff. Yeah, everybody do their own thing. But then, of course, Nigerians will open a restaurant. People can't eat there because they're familiar with the food. When Burkina people open their restaurants, usually everybody have your own kind of food. There's not kind of So we still know that you're doing your thing. But then if I want to do business with a Burkina guy, I just approach him like, hey, you're doing this, you're doing that. Hey, can we work together? Things like that. I do that. I'm not gonna sit on my corner and be like, oh, the Burkina people hate me, or the
No, we hear
Jamaicans
you,
over there they
brother.
hate me
But
because they
Nobody's
hate the
telling
engine
you
over
this
there.
stuff.
very briefly, and just to
If I,
be
if I
brief,
wanna if I wanna
to
have
the
business with the Caribbeans, I'll go to them
No,
and like, hey, Caribbean, Jamaicans, hey, I want to do business with you guys. Hey, what's up? That's
yes,
it.
and please let me get in next. It'll be brief.
all right,
Now
let
to
let
the
let Mulatto say something. Now,
Thank
Mike,
you,
you
and
can
God
have it.
bless you, DJ Genesis. Thank you for letting me get in. To the Nigerian brother, you omitted a big fact that right now in Nigeria, you got Nigerian Muslims committing genocide against Nigerian Christians. But it was a Caribbean that was speaking earlier. He said that, and full disclosure, I don't advocate for violence, but you had a Caribbean say that if an FBA roasted him in real life, he would punch the FBA. My question is, why aren't you in the Caribbean punching the Chinese and the Indians that are ethnically displacing you and usurping
Because
your
wait a minute,
resources?
let me answer that. Let me
Go
answer
ahead,
that.
bro.
If anybody, like I don't know about you, right? But I move differently. If anybody come in my solar system, that means in my radius and they
Exactly.
disrespecting me, I'll put hands on them.
And that's what the Indians and Chinese are doing. You have not put hands on them.
Nah,
I'm asking why not?
bro, wait a minute. The only time I ever met a Chinese person is in a Chinese
In
restaurant
Guyana,
back
Indians
home.
outnumber you, brother.
Bro, could
Let
you
me answer
shut
your
the fuck
question.
up so
And you have
yo,
not punched none
Genesis,
of them.
could you let this dude shut the fuck up so I
Hey,
could
listen,
answer?
you gotta listen.
Don't get sensitive, brother.
This is not a back and forth. This is not a back and forth, sir. You ask a question. Let's make
They get it.
listen
They get to
because
speak forever.
So let me
Oh yeah, I see
so you're
how it
not
is.
DJ
ask the
Genesis
question. You can't
just
ask
to
the question.
go
He
ahead,
answered the question. And then you want to go back. We're not doing that. This is not the debate channel.
No, he actually cut me off respectfully,
Well, no,
but
you asked him a
you
question. Did
asked the
he cut you
question.
off, or
and he
did you ask
respond.
him
He
a question?
responded.
I
You
ain't
might have
finished
missed that. He
He
responding.
responded.
was still
No,
responding, and you were
he
cutting.
wasn't finished.
He has not punched any Indians.
You didn't. You didn't let him finish his response.
As a matter of
Oh,
fact,
yeah,
I
get
went
to
to
that.
school. Wait a minute, I went to school with Indians, and I done punch Indians before
And
for
then you
coming
ran
out of
away.
pocket. Wait a minute, yo, could you,
You fled the
yo,
Caribbean.
let's not talk at the same time. You not my
You ran away,
girlfriend, bro.
brother.
Look, DJ Genesis, could you mute this nigga?
You
Like
can't.
Were you there when he
You
ran
can't handle the
away? Did you
truth.
see him run away?
First of
Him,
all,
if you don't know how to control yourself, come on. Every time you get up on this panel, you do this bullshit. That's why I keep muting you. Say, "Oh, you're muting me out." No, because you want to like have a back and forth like a tennis match, and this is not the channel for that. Go on Sonetta with that. I don't do that over here.
Man,
This
with all due respect, you just let three of those African dudes, when that American man was speaking, you just jump all over him.
He asked a question,
I ain't even finished answering the
and then when
question.
he went to answer the question, it's like he's cutting him off halfway through the question. The Africans that were rambling or whatever about what they were saying, they didn't ask a question. They just were talking about what they felt or whatever. Now, if you ask a person a question directly, because he said the
The
Caribbean guy,
Caribbean dude, right?
and then he asked the question, and then when he goes to answer the question, he wants to cut him up and say little quip, Joe, whatever. I'm not doing the quippity quip, whippity quip, quippity
And
quip, quip.
Genesis,
I'm not doing that shit.
I want your audience to turn against you because the
I don't
people
think they
saying,
already turned
"Oh,
against
they
me. I mean,
make them."
they already hate me anyway because I was talking about like the FBA, so it's okay.
I just want to say this, right? Back home, Indian people, we call like the derogatory term for Indian people is coolie, and the derogatory term for black people is nigger. You know what I'm saying? So when if a Indian person back home won't even dare call a black person, or they would get the ass whooped. So I don't know what the fuck this dude talking. Anybody in my face talking crazy, I would smack fire out of one of y'all, bro. The fuck?
I'll speak about it. Talk about that.
I think he's trying to make the point that over in those countries, you have foreigners taking over their land and nobody's doing anything about it. I think that was the point that he was trying to make.
It's here
DJ Genesis. DJ Genesis. I said this before, right?
Like it's not no with liquor stores in their neighborhood.
DJ Genesis.
Hey, don't get mad at me. I'm just telling you what I feel like he meant. That's all.
You're trying to have
gentrification. Is gentrification of America and Africa.
These guys are pseudo political, right? You having a political conversation, right? With a civilian.
What are we supposed to do? Conversate about basketball?
Wait a minute.
Come on,
to get
man.
the Asian people out of whatever, or to get the Arab out of whatever, that's political. Unless you go into these people and burn their fucking store down, and none of y'all ain't built like that. Y'all having y'all appointing yourself.
So you just have a vitriol towards Black Americans, because that's all I hear from you, man.
When did I say I have a vitriol to? Yo, my girl is Black American. You fucking idiot! Like, bro.
See, just like that. Who you calling an idiot? Like, I didn't address you like that.
You got a hating ass filter, and you listen to everything you listen to or you see. You filter it through your filter of hater assness. That's you a fucking hater, bro.
Yeah. Shut up. Go talk.
He never said that he hated Black people.
Dude,
I'm definitely perpetuated a lot of stereotypes.
So he said that if someone talked to him the way that, this, that, the other, then he would go inside their mouth.
No, it's the language he was using. He was saying you all. He's including, he's generalizing. Come on, let's keep it real here.
I'm telling you, this man listening with his filter. He got a hater ass filter on. Take your filters down, bro. Stop listening with your fifi.
Stay on topic. Stay on topic. Cut the insults, bro. Just stay on topic.
You cut the insults. In a minimization,
bro. Right, who been up here too long? Who been up here? I'm about to drop someone.
I'm back. DJ Genesis.
Okay, we got Thomas in the back.
If they want to get funky, we can get funky.
I got Q Butter. I got like some other people. Mike,
I'll just say this. I'll just say this and I get off. I'll just say this and I get off. It's Warden. The thing I want to see is Black Pan-Africanism is seen as a threat to a lot of nations. And mostly that's white nations. Because if you see that Black people can unite on the international scale,
globally,
white people will literally have heart attacks.
Word.
Not the France will literally probably just off themselves because they can't handle it. And if we take all of our necessary resources that we can establish, if we can unite here in America and take it there, we can build cities, towns, whatever you need. And we can keep that there. And not only get citizenship from the countries that will give us that citizenship, but we can also start building our nation there. And then when we get our nation built, then we will take it back to America, and then we will start negotiating. Because as soon as we start building up new, let's say Black Wall Streets, I'm talking about Black Wall Streets on steroids.
Right.
They won't know what to do. They will have no choice but to do as we say. But you cannot do that when you are divided.
Amen. Right. Someone's finally saying what I wanted to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
This division is what white people are counting on specifically.
Divide and conquer.
The French, they love that you are fighting.
Yes.
They literally have Pan-Africanism as a terrorist watch list. They have a report on this. I've read the report. They do not want any of us getting together.
Not at all.
And this goes for multiple European countries. Because if they stay at the top, what y'all gonna do?
It's a threat to global white supremacy. And that is what has given them the power to reach the limits that they have in this time. It is
And
a
I'm
collective, right? I agree with you 100. It is a collective effort from different genealogical and backgrounds of Europeans who have decided that white is right and anything else is wrong. And so we at the global scale have to do that in order to even affect America, to acknowledge its wrongs towards us. We actually have to globally F them up. We have to beat them up with the resources, which is primarily African, right? Resources and our spending. Black folks, you can't get Negroes to daggone even boycott. These Negroes are talking about Africans this and Africans that, but when it's time to boycott a racist white freaking daggone company, y'all niggas be like, oh, it's Christmas time. I'm still gonna buy my gifts from Target.
and it does happen.
Ma'am, can I
I
say
want to
something?
say this. I want to say this, and I'm gone. Let me say this, and I'm gone. Let me say this. Hold on. But look at that. Let me say this. And I'm gone. The dude that says Umar unalive Pan-African. Umar didn't unalive shit. Umar is somewhere in his mom's room making videos. He has done nothing. To say Pan-Africanism is no threat in 2023, you can go look at the dam that we literally just got done building.
Right.
Because we haven't built anything in America because we know if we built it, the white people would then come and try to take it or destroy it.
Turn it into a lake. They literally put a body of water.
This is not rocket science for anybody.
Come on.
Because we've been through it so many times. I know what's going to happen before it happens.
Right.
And
so
we've seen it.
Africans though, because
does everybody remember? In fact, how long did that last?
Yeah, we had to attack the.
Was the not fucking around coalition? How long did that last?
Right.
It didn't last very long. Now did
it? Didn't last long
because white people said, "No, let me stop this real quick."
Can I say something, man?
Down with that, yo.
But let me say. I'm about to say this last bit. I know that y'all want to delineate because y'all feel left out and all this stuff, and it's something that white people have ingrained in us since we got here.
You're the most.
You have to understand that if we literally became a part of a global force, and everybody stuck to the plan and didn't actually start creating branches, maybe we can actually get stuff done.
Thank you.
Because in the last all these decades that I've seen, it's just been creating more groups and more groups and more groups and more groups.
Divisive.
That's not going to do anything.
That's dividing.
Can I say something, ma'am?
But that's all I'm going to say.
Right.
Pan-Africanism is the best. Viva Africa.
Please put your information in the back chat so I can get in touch with you. I would love to hear about the dam more and everything you guys are doing. Please put your information in the back chat if you can.
I appreciate what you just said. That supported everything I said.
Or send me I want to hear more about this dam that they're building in Africa.
It's already done. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna put the name in the chat now. You can pull it up.
Ma'am, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I've been listening for like the last 3 to 4 hours, and it sounds like there's a lot of disagreement on terms. Terms are really not that important. What's important is the economy. At this point, Black people only have like 1% of the economy of the United States. That's nothing compared to all these groups that are here, that are coming here. So what we have to focus on is the economics. I know people are talking about these Africans and these Caribbeans. That's fine. Those people are not here to support Black Americans, and that's basic because they're here to support themselves, which is normal. But when Black people say they died for these people to come here, that's literal. Black people protesting in the 60s. Can I finish, bro? You know, I know I've been seeing on this program. I'm 72 years old. I've seen this. I took Black studies in the 60s. I know about all that stuff. These people that come to this country, they are for themselves, not for Black Americans. When Black people say they want to separate, and that has nothing to do with FBA, it comes down to survival. Black people are not going to survive fighting for these other groups because they come here and they look out for themselves. And Black people fought in the 60s for these people to come here. White people had a zero tolerance for Black Africans to come to this country. Zero. Only when Black people started protesting and fighting for them to come here, they came here. And this guy on here, this African guy, he constantly comes on. Well, not constantly come on. I was listening to him when he was talking. He would always have a point to make. And when a Black person came on the program, he started cursing them out. And I'm trying to figure out, wait a minute, you are African coming to this country that Black people died and fought for, and you got the nerve to curse out a Black man that fought for you to be here. It's crazy. I mean, it's nonsensical. And if I can say one more thing. So some of you people are aware of California. In California, the majority of immigrants in California are Mexicans. The Mexicans have come to California and they pretty much dominate the state. They use affirmative action, DEI, all those programs to get ahead. And once they got ahead, they will not hire Black people. You have the main in the legal system in California. All these Black people are suing these Mexicans because they use programs to get ahead. And people say, well, that don't matter. It don't matter. They are trying to erase Black people in California. If you people stop this stuff about New York and Georgia and all this other stuff, include the whole country, see what's going on, because they are trying to erase Black people because they are here and they want to take Black people's places. That's the only way they can survive, is to move us out.
Correct.
I would like to respond. I would like to respond, please, if you don't mind. I would like, please, guys, I would like to respond if you don't mind. My sister, if you remember me, I'm African here, right? I don't know if we have a lot of Africans here. If you remember
We
when
know African in here, they just don't
okay,
want
I got you. No problem. No. I said before, I am doing this for my younger brothers. At this time, I feel like some of the people on this platform, I don't think we're going to be able to unite in my lifetime. And I accepted it. I accepted it. Yeah, that's fine. Let me finish. It's my time. You see the guy that just spoke here? He's my elder. I'm not gonna attack.
You
I
can't.
could have brought. No. Let me finish. You see, when he said Africans don't add anything here, they're here for themselves. Those are the statement when our older brother makes that we feel like we can't unite here in America. This is pretty much what we were saying for the past 3 hours. You see Africans coming on here, going to HBCUs, adding to this institution already built by Black American. I give them that. But Africans go to those places.
Not any longer.
They're going. You see what I'm saying? And when they come back, right? Let me finish. You have
cutting them off, please.
Right. You see people. That's what they do.
Sir,
you see Africans, right?
Cut him off. Stop talking.
My sister. You know, I really like your channel. I mean,
put somebody back in the backstage.
I already did it because people, but him and
we're not gonna do this.
I did that. I already did it.
So you see, they come out, they go to school, they become nurses, they treat Black American, they treat everybody. I have friends who have all kind of businesses in all kind of neighborhood, supporting the community, doing whatever it takes to help out. And you got these elders coming on here telling you we are not doing anything.
It's the history.
What is left for us to do, my sister? That's the problem. They give the impression that the word mean a lot. And when you sit there and you listen to them, you feel like, listen, you guys are the problems. You guys are the problems. You see what I'm saying? I went to a school, literally, a Black American came to me. You know what he said? He was the dean of the school. He came to me and said, you know what? You guys are upping enrollment in this school because of African, because we enroll a lot of Africans on here. So for them to even get funding from the government, for the federal government, you have to show that people are really interested in coming on your school. So he made those points to us. It's not this guy tonight. This was the African American dean that talked to us. So we know what we do here. So we don't need the YouTubers, those who click on links and try to separate people. We don't care. That's what we're trying to tell you. You don't represent us. We don't want to hear from you. If you don't want to unite, that's fine. You can go to Tariq. Actually, Tariq opened a museum slash strip club. You know, you can go dance there. That's fine. We know what we're doing. So you're not going to discourage people by telling them Africans don't add anything. It's a lie. You know, you can Google us over here in America. You can see exactly what Africans are doing. But you know what? We're not going to brag. There's nothing to brag about. But at least you have to acknowledge 3 million Africans here in America. At least part of it is doing something.
That goes both ways.
At least I agree with that. But you guys are the ones saying we are not doing anything. I never said Black Americans ain't doing anything. But I'm just saying, if you have 3 million Africans here, at least a percentage of that is doing something. You can't sit here and make a blanket statement like, oh, yeah, these guys are doing nothing. They're here for themselves. We fought for them to come here.
Amen, brother.
It's not true.
I think that people need to cut that out, trying to pretend like they're only over here to tether off of us when they're doing their own stuff.
But they're trying to tether to white folks. That's the thing. They're tethering themselves.
And that's none of your fucking business. If we're tethering to white folks, we ain't put that money in their pocket. So you ain't put that fucking money in.
Yo, he's not even talking about you.
Saint, brother, I'm on your side.
Yeah,
I'm talking
you
about
gotta
African
relax.
Americans trying to tether themselves to white folk by trying to become elitists.
Okay, I got you.
People.
I got you.
Against people who are suffering the same trials and tribulations in their own nations. They come here and they're not even 10%. They're 10% of the black population. You ain't talking nothing about these Mexicans who are 19% to your 14, nigga. But you got something to say about Africans. And them Mexicans are killing y'all niggas in California. Y'all ain't shit to the Vatos. But y'all got something to say about a black person from Africa who wants to come over here and break bread.
Mud cookies.
I don't think we're shit to any of these
You
people.
mud
Dude. It ain't
cookie
just
ass
an
nigga.
African thing.
You old booger ass nigga.
Yeah, he got
it.
Hey, let's not call names.
Let's
All right.
not,
Let's not do that. I know we get mad, but we gotta chill it out. No.
And he sound like he's sweet. He have a whole list.
No, I'm intelligent, nigga. You sound like a whole bitch.
No, stop it. Who's saying that? Y'all about to get sent to the back.
Yeah, y'all gotta respect the platform, bro. Right.
I want to get in the green, you guys. I want to stay in the green. You guys are
yeah, she want to keep this stream up, y'all. Come on, man.
I make some money. I don't. I've been here for like 5 hours, guys.
Bro, we know that he won't. We know in real life he won't talk to you like that. Don't let him get you out your body. That guy just weird.
None of y'all will talk to me like that.
Right? Don't let him get you out your body. He's a weirdo.
Let's not get upset. All right, so the man in the high tower, go ahead and say what you're gonna say. Go ahead and say what you're gonna say. Go ahead, high tower. I know you're gonna have a lot to say. Go ahead. Let's go.
It's a beautiful day in America. Tell me, where you coming from? Where you coming from? Out there in Africa, what country you coming from? Nigeria? How strong is that Nigerian dollar out that way?
How would you focus on Europeans? Where they coming from when they want to put their foot in your ass?
We're gonna let him talk. Let him talk real quick. Let him talk. Okay.
Go ahead, talk your shit.
Go ahead and say. Go ahead and say what you gotta say. Go ahead.
Go ahead and coon, brother.
Talk your shit.
No, you're on the screen. Go ahead, or I'm gonna put you in the back. Go ahead.
Well, I could say this: the relationship between the European and the African and the Caribbean. Any time of the week, you give your children away to them.
So this is what you
let the Red Cross hit them.
This is what you're gonna do with your time. This is what is intelligent. The man said
you let the Red Cross take them. You let the UN take them. You let IMS take them.
This is our
the
problem.
World
Right
Bank take them.
Genesis, where you find this dude?
This is the problem right here.
You let Bilderberg take them.
Kruger Dunning.
Hey
Dunning.
DJ, did you see what I put in the chat?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
What y'all gonna do about that?
What you gonna do about it?
What you gonna do about China,
What
man?
you gonna do about it? How about you give us a solution?
Eat some
Tell me,
popcorn.
China, man, what you gonna do
You made
about
a
it?
statement. You made an absurd and absolutely incompetent statement. I need you to tell us how you gonna handle that.
Chinese right there with their warships, submarines underneath, using y'all for
Bless
chum
his
bait.
heart. Bless his heart.
You don't see what's about to happen right now?
Bless your heart.
So what's
The
about
whole
to happen?
Caribbean. The whole Caribbean. That's
We got
not
to get
Caribbean no
taken
more.
over.
That's America. That's the Gulf
Bless
of
your
America.
heart, my brother. Bless your heart.
Ugh.
So what's
Don't
gonna
tell
happen?
me you
What's gonna
follow
happen?
Trump.
Well,
You bringing Trump talking points.
as you see, there's gonna be
And
identifications,
eating your cats and dogs.
and there's gonna be a wall, a firewall, because everybody's gonna have these digital IDs, and the firewall is not gonna let certain folks just come in to this country. It's gonna be like a literal wall, and it's also gonna be like a real wall where it's gonna keep people from getting out of the country too.
Is it gonna be like the alien, like an actual like fortress, like a shield, or like a wall from the?
It's gonna be
What are we saying?
You can't get out the country because it's a wall. Like you in, it's like a fence. You locked in, and other people are locked out.
But what about like the planes? Are the planes gonna stop flying?
That's what I mean. We not gonna get out unless we got the credentials or requirements. There's gonna be curfews and travel zones. So far, we could go into the rich folks area. There has to be certain reasons why we in those areas.
This nigga sniffing.
For the haves and the have-nots.
Right.
What?
Well, no, let's not laugh.
Sniffing
Let's
that
not laugh. He might have a point.
Nah, I don't think.
He
I
might
don't
have
think
a
that's a
point.
point.
Let's not just laugh about stuff.
Credit score, you know.
No, this is-
Okay,
this is-
credit
Trump
score.
is
The
trying to
credit
get
score
us. He's trying to
system.
get black
The
people out
social
of the
credit
country.
score
What do you think he's
system.
gonna keep us in for?
The social credit
This
score
is coming up.
system that's activating in December 2025, 31st of this month.
Ooh, it's good drugs.
Is going to activate the Real ID RDIF frequencies.
Okay, yeah, we gotta stop this. We gotta stop
I'm
this.
so lost.
We had to stop this now.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
he's
lost.
spitting, but
We
he's
gotta-
off
we gotta-
topic.
I'm
Like, what
confused.
does that got to do with anything? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I don't do the whole
Well,
conspiracy theory.
That doesn't have anything to do with
question.
FDA, honey. We're
That's
not
called
FDA.
schizotypal. It's a schizotypal.
You know what I'll do is, you know what? I
Yeah.
will give you a show where we can talk about that, but that's not the subject today. And you can talk
What
about
is the subject?
So
It's
you
about
can't
FDA.
hear any other
The
subject?
subject you just brought, brother.
You didn't read the title?
The
subject
wall.
is-
You talking about the walls? She said she's going to give you
Yes.
an opportunity to talk about your.
Okay, when someone thinks of a wall, right? The wall is not like a door. A door you can go in. You could go four ways in a door. You could go in, you could go out, you could go out, and you could go in. But with the wall, you can the wall does two
ain't no
things.
way this
The
man
wall
is
do,
sober.
the wall does two
Yo, Q,
things.
you hear this shit? Yo, Q.
The wall does two things. It keeps things out and it keeps things in.
Are you
People
talking
who are
about
going to
the
be in this
wall that he
country are
said
going
he
to
was
be
gonna
kept
build?
in.
God.
And people who
Lord,
are outside these
Lord,
countries are going to be kept
Lord.
out.
What?
He said that the wall gonna keep us out and keep us in at the same time.
It's going to be a firewall. Like, don't think about like how it's going to be a large wall. No, it's going to be like digital firewall. You know how you have firewalls.
Like almost like on the movies, like how like the aliens will when they have a spaceship,
See,
they
you
have
playing
to,
games now. I can hear it.
The force field.
I
DJ,
think what he's
why you
saying is
doing
more
that?
like from an
Digital
economy perspective. There's going to be a
oh, okay,
digital
okay.
wall
But
that
Oh,
comes
I'm
and
between
in
that
us.
social
my mind, the way
credit
he
score,
explained
that
it, I'm
social
thinking like
credit
the aliens,
score.
like the aliens,
Let me
they
highlight you
have
about
like
the social
a
credit score real
spaceship.
quick. The social credit score that's taking effect is going to be like, say, for instance, we've had it in the casinos, the analytics, where they could comp you for points. They know how you playing, so they give you some hotels and free dinners and stuff like that. Well, the analytics for this, for the social credit score, is how we're turning into a merit-based society, and it's
You
just
talking
like
about
how
like
when you
China?
check out at
Like
the Walmart and you
there's a
get these
movie
points.
on
You get these
there's a
points
movie
for
on Netflix
rewards.
called what's that
The
You're
TV
gonna
show?
Black
get this
Mirror.
VBI
Black
rewards.
Mirror, yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna get just like that social credit score, just like
I mean, that's
Black
gonna
Mirror.
happen anyway. That's the future.
It's
So
gonna
what
get
does that
Black
have to do
Mirror.
with FBA? What does that
It's
have to,
gonna get like that. It's gonna get like that real quick
what does that have to
within
do
the
with
next.
FBA? Where does FBA fall in
Uh,
that?
we can't help y'all if you're not true American.
Who's we?
What is true
People who
American?
have the delineation of
Who's
understanding.
FBA? So you're saying that FBA is going to have some kind of card that can get them through the wall?
Better, like we get more benefits
We get perks
because we're FBA.
because we FBA. Hey, this is how we do every
Well, he
day.
said you
So,
wasn't gonna do
be
nothing if you ain't a true
There's,
American. I'm
there's
talking about the
always a
true
vote to
American part.
everything. All right.
Why do we think that the American government gives a fuck about
Look
us?
at your fast for how people has been updated. So who they want to know what type of person you are. They want to know
But the
what
Why
type
do we
of
government,
think that the American government gives a fuck about us?
right? They trying to get rid of us right now. They literally trying to find a way to
is that a
deport
question?
freedmen, like
Yeah,
black
it was a question.
slaves, people who were descendants of slaves.
She asked the question, and he asked the question in return.
Why can't we just be like?
Why can't
Uh-huh.
you think a little bit more critically? That's the
Why
question.
can't we just what?
Or we can like stop
Damn,
fighting
you
each
sound
other.
bro. I'm sorry.
And if what you're
Why
saying
can't we
is
just keep
true,
on having billionaires within ourselves and having ownership more and more? We have the best story on planet Earth.
That's not
Get it
gonna
out.
matter if
I'm not
black people
talking
ain't
about like
here.
we're an
I hear
endangered
what you're
species.
trying to articulate. I don't think you're articulating it as well as you
Q
think.
butter.
We're
You know what? It's
we're here in
time.
the best place of the planet
That's
Earth.
enough.
Right?
I think I've heard enough.
Yo,
You know,
yeah,
thank you.
let's get on this.
Thank
Q
you.
butter.
Q butter, go ahead.
Lord.
Yo, what's goody, sis?
What's goody, baby?
What's
Ma'am,
good?
Whatever drugs he was on, I want some.
ma'am,
Yo,
can I say
thank you
something?
for having an intelligent
No,
panel
Q
tonight.
butter is Q butter's time, and you can say something to him. Go ahead, Q butter.
I got a
He
YouTube
been
right.
waiting. Q butter been waiting.
Yo, what's good, sis? Yo, good looks for the convo and stuff, yo. Got to keep the conversation pushing forward, man. I just want to know, like, if we so black people should not work together, and we're American first. That's what I'm getting, right? We're American first. Black people should only work with black people in America, and trying to see what else is. I don't really understand it.
Everything else is tethers.
That's
You know,
not how
they're
I
tethered,
see it.
trying to
That's not
tether
how I
off of us, and that's what
Even if
and
look,
FBA.
even if you were descendant of slaves, you're a tether. If you're not down with FBA.
no one said this. This is all coming from one side.
You gotta
From
say
what
it right.
side? If you
gotta
believe
say
in
it right.
FBA,
From
that
their
is the
side.
rhetoric.
You
That's
gotta
the
say
rhetoric.
it right, sis.
Why? See, that's the problem. Let me let me
You
put
gotta
myself
say it.
up
You
here.
gotta say it like
Let
this.
me
You
say. Let me put
gotta
myself up here right quick.
You gotta say
Because everybody, that is the point I've been trying to make. Everybody has a different understanding what this FBA movement is. Why? Because
Why you
FBA
American?
movement has not had a defined understanding and an actual organization. Because Tariq will say it's just a lineage.
That's
So
why.
therefore,
Well,
you
you got to
have
look from
one
it from
person.
a
Hold on,
non-emotional
stop.
perspective.
You have one person that will say FBA means this. You have another person that says FBA means that. Another person says FBA means this. And bottom line is that because Tariq Nasheed is not being responsible enough,
definitive,
because he does not want to be considered a cult leader or really at the helm of a movement and
right.
and have that responsibility and probably get, you know what I'm saying, like be on the level of like
A black messiah. Just
to
say
where
it.
they might off him. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna say no. It's just a lineage, right? So he's doing something, but he's trying to like cloak it into
Vague.
comedy
Right.
and entertainment,
Ambiguity.
but he's garnering all this following to
Right.
the point to where they're disrespecting elders.
It's out of Tariq's hands at this
Yeah,
point.
it's out of his hands at this point. So that means to me that how in the hell can you start something and it gets out of your hand? That means that it was never organized to begin with.
That means
And so
Now-
now what's happening is that when you say FBA, you have this one says it means this. You have that one says it means that. You have this one says it means this. And then when you say, okay, what are the marching orders? Well, this one says this. That's what this is really what I was really getting to. Is that it's nothing organized, it's not organized. And but then they want to go against ADOs. They want to go up against all the other black movements, Pan-Africanism,
Right,
ADOs,
right.
all these things that were organized.
But FBAs, but African foundational black folks who started the Pan-African movement. Come on, talk, sister.
So all I'm saying is that when you don't have marching orders, you want to cower away from the movement aspect and only say it's a lineage, but no, not a movement with clear goals, clear mission statement, clear marching orders. Now you have
seems like you don't believe it's a lineage.
It can take its own shape based on whatever
You believe it's a lineage or a group.
And any ignorant Negro wants to decide how it's supposed to be.
Thank you. That is what I'm saying.
She wants it to be a group so
Ma'am,
bad.
can I say something?
All these
She
different
wants
people
it to be a
saying
group
that
so
FBA is
bad.
this, FBA is that,
Bro, stop
FBA is
cutting her
this,
off.
and nobody has a
She
unified.
wants it to be a group so
How about you
bad.
shut the fuck up for a second? Let the
I
sister
don't
speak.
want it to be a group so bad. I want people to. Why is it that there's
How
no?
come you never seen it on television?
You know
Yo,
what?
let the lady finish,
Hey,
bro.
listen,
God.
Bloods and the fucking Crips have a better organization than the goddamn
remedial.
FBA.
It's a lineage.
The
That's
fucking
why.
Bloods and Crips and the gangster vice lords have more
How about that?
organization
Let's discuss
than the
that.
fucking
That's
FBA.
FBA.
Ma'am,
every day.
ma'am, can I say something?
And I'm
Ma'am,
done.
ma'am, ma'am,
the disciple.
ma'am, can I say something?
FBA
When
too,
you're-
yo, LGBTQ right now is FBA according to
Ma'am, ma'am,
They
can I
got
say
better-
something?
They got a better marching orders.
also Caribbean,
LGBA got a better fucking
Y'all gotta
organization
fix the
than
face,
FBA.
because what you
Ma'am.
don't want to
To
do
me,
is
at least there's a fucking marching orders.
movements.
There's a
Ma'am, hello?
That ain't got nothing to do with our
Who's
Ma'am,
saying that? Saying
ma'am,
that?
ma'am, can I say something?
Go ahead.
Ma'am,
I was waiting on Q. I was actually Q was next, but
okay.
Q was supposed to be next.
Can I,
Everybody keep on
can I say
talking.
something?
Who's saying something?
Tonight's program has been
This-
sponsored by
Can I say something, ma'am?
Thomas, go ahead. Say something real quick, and Q is next. And then I just have Q is next, and Uda's next.
Q is
After
next.
that.
Let's hear some from somebody who's intellectual and articulate, please.
Ma'am, can I say something?
Can we wait until after Q is done? Because I'm tired of hearing from inarticulate brothers.
I've been listening to. I've been
But
listening.
it's Q's turn next. And I know that you're obsessed with having something to say when you barely can say anything. I would like to hear from Q.
Are you shutting me down, sir?
No,
go ahead,
you
go
can
ahead,
after
Tom.
Q.
No,
I mean, she's the person, sir,
speaking
sir,
right now.
sir. This is not your, sir,
You're
this- sir,
remedial. You're
sir,
remedial.
sir,
You're
sir,
remedial.
sir.
You're remedial. I heard what you said.
Hey, listen,
It was
Zion.
nonsensical.
Okay, listen.
It was
Q
nonsense.
was actually next, so I'm not gonna lie. Q was next.
Who was next?
He was next, so that was right. Go ahead, Q.
It's cool. Let him go. Let him go, Zion.
gotta get emotional.
It's
Go
cool.
ahead,
Let him go.
go ahead, Thomas. Go ahead, Thomas.
Sir, you are a female. You getting upset?
Stop it. Nope. Go and make your point. Don't
I would
attack
like to
nobody
stand
on
to
the
my
panel.
face and see who the
No,
bitch is.
listen, Zion, chill out, bro.
I would love for you to
Chill.
say that to my face and see who the bitch
Zion,
is.
chill, bro.
Yeah. My hands
It's
still
too
do
much.
everything.
We need some females up here. It's too much balls and stuff up here.
Man, a bunch of extra
Sir,
niggas up here.
listen, Sir, sir,
Go ahead,
I
Thomas.
don't want
Stop.
to hear
sir,
Wikipedia, bro. You are slow.
calm down. Calm down, sir. Just calm down a minute.
Everything you said was slow.
Calm down. Calm down.
Everything you said was slow.
That's a completely different
Calm
person, bro.
down. Calm
Everything
down,
you
sir.
said was slow.
You calm
That
down,
wasn't
sir.
even him, Zion. That wasn't even him.
Calm down, sir.
That wasn't even him, Zion. Stop.
I just want to add, he does sound
Nothing to do
American
with
when
the
he is
flag.
mad.
That was the one who kept on talking, the slow ass nigga.
Calm
Go
down,
ahead,
sir.
go ahead, Thomas. I'm sorry. Go
I'm
ahead.
only saying I'm an older person. I'm trying to listen to all this. I'm not attacking anybody. I'm just saying what I see and I observe it, and I should try to give some information back to you that's kind of positive. The only thing I'm saying is right now, Donald Trump is going to the Supreme Court where he's going to get rid of that birthright citizenship. You know what that means. All these people here, particularly immigrants, if you were even born in this country, but you have immigrant parents, they are going to deport you. And the thing is,
his wife and his children.
sir, will you just calm down?
Include his wife and his children.
Thank you. But guess what? But, sir,
His wife and his children.
sir, are you okay? I mean, I'm just trying to make a statement.
No, I'm saying it doesn't make sense.
It don't make sense for Donald Trump to deport you.
No, he
Do
going
you
to
see how this brother right here, how calm he is and how composed he is, how he's speaking?
Bro,
give him some respect.
Shut the fuck up.
See, there he goes.
Zion.
Sir, you are out of pocket. But anyway, what I'm saying is, all I'm saying is this, ma'am. All I'm saying is this, ma'am. Donald Trump cannot deport Black Americans because we are in that Constitution. So when we say we will just want respect from people coming from these other countries into this country because we died for you to be here. That's all I'm saying. That respect. And I listened to that African guy on here earlier. All he did was come on this program to disrupt. He came
Can I
to
say
disrupt.
something to the elder?
Let me finish the statement, cool, and I'll let you back on. All I'm saying is he came on here to disrupt. And when it got to a point where he couldn't get to the disruption, he started cursing. I noticed when that black guy earlier was talking and he started cursing the black guy. It wasn't anybody else doing that. That's total disrespect. Black Americans have died for everybody to be here. When people say America, they say black people. They don't say white people. Because black people built this country. Okay, you can go ahead, Cole.
I just wanted to say this one thing, right? Like I respect you as an elder, right? And I respect you as a black man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not from America.
Yeah, but you
when
are
I see
black
you,
though.
wait a minute. Yeah, but I am black. And when I see you, I see my dad, my uncles, etc., right? But that's as far as the respect goes. Anything other than that, I respect you just like I respect somebody from Africa. And I'm from the Caribbean. I'm not from Africa or America. So I got a common level of respect, but the respect don't go past that to where like you could talk to me crazy and I just gotta respect you just because. I don't respect nobody based on where they from. I'll give common respect because I'm just respectful like that. But I'm not giving you an extra respect just because of where you're from. You know what I'm saying? To where I could let you disrespect me. That's like you're trying to be. That's like that's like you're trying to be entitled like the white man. That song's kind of crazy. I think we could all respect each other, but I don't think it's like no special extra respect to have you exempt from somebody retaliating if you disrespect them. That's all I'm saying.
All right, Q, can you come on up?
Yo, sis. Y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
See, when that dividend check comes,
I would say
you'll know who's American, who's FBA, and who's not.
Thank you.
When that dividend,
this person,
tariff dividend
And
drops,
that's the thing. I don't want to block nobody from the stuff that they're entitled to because that is crazy. Like your ancestors went through certain shit and you deserve to get reparations and shit like that. Nobody in my family or no immigrant that I know is against nobody getting reparations. Like the shit that y'all just be making up an imaginary boogeyman, bro. That shit is fucking weird.
Sir, can I ask you a question, sir?
Like,
can I ask you a question? Point, son. God damn, son. She literally said I could talk. Y'all just keep going.
Yeah, go ahead, Q. Go ahead, Q.
Thank you. Because you got to move this person off the screen, bro. This is fucking people up this screen.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's on the floor and
Yeah,
shit.
go ahead, Q. Go ahead, though.
Yeah, Genesis.
So my Pan-Africans and Black nationalists,
Oh, sorry.
I personally feel like we kind of should stay out of the conversation. They shooting at us, but it's just Black folks trying to figure themselves out, and I think we just got to stay out of the conversation. Just let them say what they got to say. Like there's nothing you can say if you remove Pan-Africanism in 2025. Most of the Black independent schools in America were created by Pan-Africans right now. Most of the active reparation speakers who are on the floor are Pan-Africans. Some of the top programs in the country, scholastically speaking and business speaking, is ran by Pan-Africans. You know what I'm saying? We do need to step our game up, and I think giving an ear to the FBA, people who call themselves FBA should be what it is. You know, they're going to attack Pan-Africanism because it has the word African in it. But the reality is that just it's nothing. What are they really attacking? You know what I'm saying? Like I had to really listen to some people online. I'm like, bro, I'm literally in my location. Like there's multiple spaces across the country. Roots Charter Academy, Dr. Benita Thompson. You have the entire CUNY in New York. You have Marcus Garvey School in California. You have Baba Amin. You have Marcus Klein. Like people bring up Umar Johnson because they don't have any clue about the history of people in this country or the history of Caribbean people or African people who have put in work in this country. We focus on Black people who are doing more work and who are actively seeking to work with Black people. So I'm Q Butter. If you're actively working on Black people, whatever you want to call yourself, Israelite, 5%er, Black national, I really don't give a damn. Let's work and let's just focus on working and let people who want to talk, just talk. Because at the end of the day, where are we going with the conversation? This is the internet. There's a brother on here right now who's from the Caribbean. There's another brother who is in the continent. Let's just focus on connecting with each other. If you're an FBA and you want to do something for Black people, what do y'all want to do for Black people? It's just that simple. You want to build a museum. You want to focus on research. You want to build stuff up. It's literally just that simple. Can we focus on building? You know what I'm saying? Like, so to my FBAs, the simple question is, what are 5 talking points or 5 points of focus that y'all have that would be like prioritized as objectives for the Black community? You know what I'm saying? The same thing with Pan-Africans. What are your objective 5 goals? And let's just focus on goals. All of this arguing about, I had to really catch myself. I got a YouTube strike and I'm like, yo, Q, these conversations is mad all over the place. And we just keep blaming and blaming and blaming. What are we doing? On code FBA NGN. If you're a Black man and you cannot state that this is what I bring to the table as a Black FBA person, you ain't shit.
Yes, sir. Can I ask you a question, sir?
I just want to be the shit this. If you're a Pan-African,
yeah, he's a tether from New York. You could tell.
I just want to be clear. If you're a Black person,
Maybe first generation. First generation.
I'm sorry. I just want to make it clear. So if you are
Ebonics your second language.
Yo, Genesis, you gotta mute.
No, I'm not even. He just wants attention. Like this is what children do. He's not somebody.
Sir, I don't understand.
But it's people that could gain.
Can I finish my point respectfully? So if you're a Pan-African,
people that could gain from the conversation, bro.
If you're a Pan-African and you don't have nothing to show, you don't have nothing to build with, you're no one else to talk to. It's just that simple. What do we bring to the table, and how are we working with each other?
Can I say something?
Before you tell me,
listen. We keep asking, can they say something?
Yo, Genesis, just drop him.
Can they say something? I'm gonna drop you off the goddamn panel.
Just drop him till it's
Because wait till he finish and then say something. Can he finish? Yeah. Can he finish what he's saying? You're saying something while he's saying something. Can I say something? Come on, y'all.
You are triggered, man.
I'm getting cussed out on the back end because I stopped Zion. He mad at me. He don't want to talk to me. I'm like, bro, why is everybody? People need to listen. Everybody is grown ass men. Y'all need to be able to handle listening to someone and listen to the end until they got to say. Then come up and say what you do. I'm going to give everyone an equal chance. I'm not going to cut you off. As long as everybody listen to each other, I swear to God, I will not cut you. So let him finish. Let him finish, bro.
So yeah,
I let the Africans say whatever. I'm letting
you know what I'm saying? My dear FBAs, what are 5 things that Black people should be focusing on in the community? Pan-Africans, what are y'all bringing to the table? Continental Africans, what are you bringing to the table? Caribbean people, what are we bringing to the table? And how are we helping each other out? If not, get out of the conversation. And if you have something to bring to the table, I don't really know. Like, just being clear, like, that's how I talk to people. If you don't have nothing to bring to the table, what are we actually discussing as men?
Delineating. This is the grieving process. It's the first
So,
stage of
let me
grievance
ask
right
you,
here.
do you
That's
have
all
any,
we're
All
gonna
right.
get out of that.
For the
do you have
tethering, it's
anything to
the
bring to the
first
table?
stage of grievances.
Let's go. So, do you
Sounds
have
like
anything to
this.
bring to the table?
He
I
just
do.
Second
said it.
stage of the second stage of delineations is
Oh, so you don't have nothing to bring to the table.
is
Is there anybody?
acceptance.
No disrespect. Is there
Accept
anybody
that
who's an
you're
FBA
not like
who has
us.
I
something to bring
do.
to the table? Is there anybody who claims to be an FBA who has something to bring to the table?
Yeah, I'm FBA and I have something to bring to the table.
Peace, King.
All right. So my background is in data analytics with a concentration in monetary policy and investment banking. I'm a younger Black American in my 20s. So how I help out the Black community is I typically build workshops to help people develop their skills in order to get better jobs. I've helped a lot of African people. I've helped a lot of Black American people. I've seen a lot of issues with the community in terms of getting people focused on being career oriented and having specialized skill sets in order to get to that next level. And it really only takes about 5 years to get that 100K job if you're not going the business route. So I hope a lot of people trying to get to that 100K within 5 years. And a lot of that just has to do with getting the experience to get that initial job and then working the years in that job while you're learning on the side.
May I ask where you located?
Hmm?
May I ask where you located?
Well, I'm located in the South.
Yeah, no, I know. I have a space in North Carolina too, but I definitely would want to work with you and stuff. That would be fire, and I think that's something
Yeah.
we should
So,
on.
and the reason why I do all that is because I come from a family of Black Americans who help people. My grandfather, he started his own charter school for Black Americans, and he was honored where they like he did so much in terms of civil rights, where they named streets after him and stuff. So when I'm talking, I'm not talking from a perspective of downing other groups. I'm just talking from a perspective where when you look at these political parties, we have to focus more so on what they can give to us. And if they can't give anything to us, then they're just going to say that they're giving all this stuff to all these other people. Then my thing is like, we're not a part of the political conversation at that point. And that's all I'm saying. In terms of people going and doing for self, I want Africans to do for self. I want Black Americans, I want Caribbeans, I want everybody to do for self. What I want to see more from Africans is a more education on their culture, on their history, on where they're from. That's what I would like to see more from Africans. Africans know a lot about our culture. They've assumed a lot of Black media.
I know, fan. Even though not to cut you, we tend to go down that route versus just sticking to table talk. What do you bring to the table? What do men do after they finish table talk? They go to their family. I don't have nothing to talk. I'm talking about transmissions, car parts, buildings. You see what I'm saying? If we stick to table talk about business, all of the extra stuff goes out the way. Everybody knows
it goes
to
away.
do a better job. Black people around the world need to focus on spreading their history and connecting and focus on business. These are standards that every single competent adult knows. But us bringing stuff to the table, your family's charter school, the stuff that you're doing, that is what every Pan-African and Black nationalist, everybody wants to hear about. That your history gets caught up in the conversations about nothing versus highlighting your grandfather's accomplishments, versus highlighting your political astuteness, versus highlighting your degrees. That's the focus. And I hear Pan-Africans get caught up in everything else but saying this is the priority in the conversation. It's just that simple.
Yeah, and that's my priority. My thing is I want everyone to become more educated. I mostly focus on younger generation, people between the ages of 22 to 40. And I want to get people like what I see a lot in the community is when you're pushing people to strive, they think that they're too old to like do better for themselves. And it's crazy because it's like anyone can get a corporate position. How you get in the corporate? You don't need a degree. All you need is to become an administrative assistant. And then when you become an administrative assistant, You're there in the corporate world for like a year, and then you can transfer to a department and specialize by learning from the people in the department. Now you're a financial manager because you went from admin assistant, which all you need to do is know how to use Excel, Microsoft Word, and Outlook and email. That's all you need to know how to do. If you and you write letters for people, shit, chat GPT that shit. You can just have chat GPT build out everything for you. And that's the thing. They want to, like, when you have your sales experience from running the cashier, that's just the first step. You get that when you're a teen, and then after that, you move to that admin position. That's all you need is that cashier experience. That little experience there can open the doors 5 years down the road to $100,000 job. You can become a project manager. And the thing is, you just have to focus on getting those goals. So you have to go in your mind and say, hey, what can I be good at? And if you don't see yourself being good at anything because you didn't do well in school, because you didn't learn the basic math and you didn't learn the basic history and the knowledge in order to learn how to connect and discern information, then you're going to be stuck and you're never going to be progressing. And that's my goal. I just want everyone to progress in a way. And a lot of people in the conversations, I don't know if they're showing that type of progression in their daily life, whether it be with their own businesses. I know a lot of people have their own businesses and they don't advocate for working for other companies, but shit, that's how our ancestors got their money. That's how Black Wall Street was made. We had the skills and we went and worked for white people. And then when we worked for white people, we brought the money back to our community, and then it circulated in our community. That's what every other community is.
How often do you get to discuss this on Pan-African panels?
I normally don't go on any panels.
How often have you heard a similar conversation discussed on FBA panels?
So when you say Pan-African, I'm just assuming Black panels in general. But when on Black panels in general, I don't think I've heard any of those conversations. Like, I've been to conversations.
I'm going to say this is that I you know what, and I'm going to say this. I'm Pan-African. I'm an FBA, but I'm Pan-African, and this is my panel. So
yeah. Well, I'm
FYI,
FBA and I'm Pan-African, but not at the dismissal of whatever issues we're going through. Like, that's my thing. Like, in terms of advocacy, there's really nothing Black, like everyone's saying we can build bridges and we can do that. Yes, we could do that, and there's a demand for it, but the demand isn't so high that like the vast majority of Black Americans can participate in that. That's not where we fix ourselves, is trying to get the economy better. And then where Africans fix themselves is generating businesses in Africa. So whatever knowledge you learn from America, you take that over to Africa. Because like people are saying, like,
again, so before you do it again, we have a tendency of giving unrequested advice. And I recognize this. Listen to how much we do that. Africans should do this. If they're an African,
but the same thing
come to America and they're paying taxes in America, they're an American by taxes. You know what I'm saying? If they're like, and then when they start doing the same thing, Black Americans need to do this. Everybody needs to just stop giving unsolicited advice.
Here's my thing. If a person isn't doing that, then I'm going to judge their moral character.
No, I'm just
not
saying
going to see them as
the unsolicited advice is, if you just listen to the conversations, how often both sides do it. My bad. I was just jumping in the comment because I was like, yo, there's some dope people in the chat, and we spend a lot of time focusing on everything but the dope people. And you're really dope at what you're saying, bro. Like, don't even worry about that. Just keep being dope. You know what I'm saying? And people are going to want to work with you. You're going to have Africans that want to work with you, Jamaicans, Caribbeans, people from around the country, because you're dope.
How come they don't want to work hard in their own countries?
You see what he's talking about? Again, he has not brought nothing, a discussion to the table. This is why he keeps going. If we keep the table talk conversation, how do we increase the economic space for Black Americans? You gave us an answer for that. If
we got to look at the Bureau of Labor Statistics. We got to see where the projected demand for the different jobs are, and then we got to promote those jobs in our communities. For the members of our community who are like, distracted and they're unable to like obtain higher education or do things like that, they're gonna have to become electricians and like there's programs in every state where like, if you don't have any skills or anything, you can just go become an electrician apprentice. And after 5 years, you can just start up your own electrician company. And then now you have a company where you're bringing in apprentices, you're all a part of the union, and now you're increasing the amount of black electricians within the area.
Yo, are you familiar real quick with NASER? NSER?
No, I'm not familiar with that.
I just got linked with this organization. It's the National Center for Construction Education and Research. They do low cost training as well. There's another organization I just got put onto for low cost training for 18 and 24-year-olds, and they get pulled straight into the unions.
Yeah,
really powerful, really impactful.
But the thing people need to be aware of is the education level of Black Americans right now isn't as impressive as we think it is in terms of per capita. Like a lot of Black Americans, they go to school, they fell out. A lot of us, and it has nothing to do with like culture or anything. It just has to do with like our support systems. We don't have the support systems
You
in
mean
place because we're
America? You
competing.
mean America, the United States?
No. He means in America, Black
Yeah.
Americans have systematically been kept from resources from white people. It's been well documented that white people allocate resources away from Black people, not Jamaicans, not Caribbeans, white people. And
That's
they
true.
also changed their districts to make sure the allocation of funds does not go to Black people. That is historically a fact around the country. And that is
and I have a question. Is that allocation given to inappropriately given to Africans or Caribbeans?
No,
they take it from Black
And
people?
the reason why I say that is because they don't want to delineate the data.
Why is FBA trying to pretend that all these different things are getting taken from them and given to the Caribbeans?
Okay, so
Why like this exists?
okay, so I'm not saying that, and I thought we're doing table talk.
Are you FBA?
Yes, I'm 100%
So when Trump
FBA. My
bombs
grandfather is
Nigeria,
a
don't
celebrity
say
singer,
nothing no more.
FBA.
Here's my
So,
question. Because the whole argument of FBA movement is that all the resources are being taken from the Black American, the foundational Blacks, and given
well, yeah,
to
that's what happened. So what happened was
okay. Why are you interrupting? I'm not done.
Okay. Well, okay. Well,
Okay, so I'm trying to understand why there's this narrative, and there's so many programs that are given out throughout the United States that the FBA have not the FBA, the Caribbeans have no access to because they're not American citizens. They might not have a business structure. They have to like actually go and get a business, whatever, to get those things. Why is this the narrative that all of the resources or the majority of resources that we think are for us, right? Whenever Tariq is talking, well, these things are for us, but they get it for them, and so why is it that we have this narrative when everything I'm hearing Q talk about, they're not necessarily open all the way wide for people of other cultures to come in and take advantage of, mainly American citizens, but we're given this narrative that these things are open wide and they're more able to get these resources than we are as Black Americans.
So I can explain this to you, and it's really pretty simple. When the Civil Rights Bill was passed, that would have made, if the Civil Rights Bill was passed and they didn't allow any other groups into the country, the Black American economy would be way better today than it would have been if we did bring those groups. The reason why is because after they gave us our civil rights, they applied them not only to us, but they applied them to a bunch of other people who were just coming into the country who were already being backed by like other countries. Your average, like when the civil rights started, your average African immigrant, and I don't want to just single out African immigrants, but your average immigrant in general was around the age of 45. So a lot of them, they either were like single, didn't have kids, or they did have a family at the time, and they came over here because they had vast skill sets. So like, I just want to point out when it comes to the history of Africans in America, a lot of them, like, I don't want to like say that they came from like these families where they came over here with $2 because that's not the case. And we should educate people on like how they were able to come over here. They came over here. A lot of them came over here.
So hold on. How much of those? See, I think that what happens is that we are compounding a situation and blaming a group of
Yeah,
people.
we are
And
compounding.
there was an entire thing called urban renewal. There was an entire time where there was black cities like Detroit, like Black Bottom in Detroit. There were different cities throughout the United States that had highways after the civil rights movement was done. They put entire highways through these communities that were thriving black communities. We cannot blame the Caribbean people
No, we're
that
not
came.
blaming them. You
No,
asked
no,
the
no. What I'm
question.
trying to
Can I jump in there too, sis?
no. What I'm trying to explain to you is that you cannot blame a group of people when there was all these different things, aspects of why we ended up in a situation. You know,
Yeah,
there was entire cities removed because they were putting highways called urban renewal.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you on that. You
So
can't
you
blame
want
the
to just skate past urban renewal and go straight to that there was like people from Jamaica that came into New York or whatever they came to.
Yeah, we're gonna skip
They
right
cost the
past
money
the.
and everything.
We're
can
And
you
gonna head to right to
can you source
1983.
that? Is it
1983. Can I tell you what happened in
no,
1983?
before you tell us that, can you source your point that you said? Where did you get that data
after
from?
the peak of the civil rights movement, the destruction of black communities was less often the result of large-scale white mob violence, which was more common in the early 20th century, and more frequently consequence of systematic policies like urban renewal and corporate expansion. All right. The 1960s and beyond saw historically black neighborhoods raised for development projects, often displacing thousands of families and businesses. This was done under the guise of improving living standards, but disproportionately harmed black communities. So, which one did the worst?
I mean,
Moving
does it matter? They both were
from the
as bad.
neighborhoods or the Caribbean community?
Yeah, I'm trying to understand. Are you saying that immigrants? You know, how does America make money? Can we all agree on that? What is the main revenue?
Through labor.
I just want to be clear. What's the revenue for the brother that said American immigration? I want to be clear. What
I
is
would say the main revenue is our ties with other countries. Essentially, we establish economic relationships with other countries where we force them to give us a monopoly stake in their market,
so?
allowing us to trade in
We're
dollars.
indebted to other
Okay, all right.
countries.
So have
Our
you? All
whole
right.
thing
So
is based
according
on
to the
labor.
federal government, the primary source of income is tax revenue for America. That's why I'm kind of confused. America is an immigration-based colonial system. It has always made money off of immigrants. That's why I'm kind of confused. America funds itself through immigration, a lot of money through immigrant taxes. So I just want to be clear. So like, and black people benefit from the taxes collected from immigrants. So I'm trying to see like, do black people benefit less from taxes collected, or because you said that and did you source that from somewhere that said that immigration is the direct result to black people's? Yeah, I just
So
want to
no
know.
one said anything about immigration being the direct result to black people anything.
No, I'm saying, is there a correlation? I just want to know, did you read that somewhere that there was a
So
correlation?
there is an overrepresentation of immigrants in government programs like affirmative action.
Thank you.
So like, let's say if you go to a PWI, which is a white school, if you are black and then immigrant, then you get more points in terms of the affirmative action quota than a person who is just black.
But even an affirmative action was created and started because white people did not want to allow black Americans
Yeah,
ability to
that's what I'm saying.
compete for contracts. And 30 years later, black people are still struggling with competing with white people for government contracts. And now the federal government with Trump has even cut down even more black people's federal, and it's not so the white people are telling black Americans you can't even use your black card.
Yeah,
So I'm kind of confused. Like, white people to me are the bigger issue than anybody. They're the only
they
element.
definitely are. But the thing about it is they use immigrants as a shield and a buffer to kind of get their point across. It's a lot easier for the point to come across if it's coming from someone else that looks like the group of people than it does coming from them. And that's why I say
Let me
like a
ask you
lot
this.
of the
So
stuff that's happening on Twitter, like you can't really look at it because like if you look at these accounts, the vast majority of them that are spilling the hate are like coming from overseas.
no, regardless of the end of the, I'm just saying, like, because you're very smart. So I'm saying like the argument and the connection and correlations have to be something that should be published. So I'm waiting. Is there a published data that says immigration directly relates to Black people's economic? Because
well, that's the thing. We don't have the data. The data.
No, that's what I'm saying. That there is data that specifically says Black.
No, because we don't delineate Black people in America, so we don't have the data. That's the whole point of delineation.
No, there is data that's specifically for Black Americans. They literally have been collected since.
No, there isn't. All right, if you go online right now and look at crime.
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, hold on.
Census
What
going on.
data? Like they know how many immigrants. That's what the Census Bureau is for. They know how many Black immigrants are in the country. They know how many regular immigrants. When white people were choosing African immigrants, white people knew they were choosing African immigrants over Black Americans and got held accountable for that. Corporations who were actively white corporations who were actively recruiting African continentals got exposed for choosing African continentals over Black people. It wasn't African continentals writing to Ford saying choose us over Black Americans. It was white people saying
we're not saying it was.
No, that's what I'm trying to understand. So when do we place the act like you know
so
from a science?
The thing about it is no matter what we do, if we focus on ourselves, every other group isn't going to benefit from that. And that's just going to be the reality of the fact, because when it comes down to it, if Black Americans saying, hey, I'm not going to vote for this Democrat because there's no Black tangible party, there's no Black American tangibles, but there's all this stuff for like immigration reform and healthcare and doing all this other stuff, then Black people are just going to stay out of it, let the rest of the country figure it out. And whatever the country goes with, like that's what Black people have to go with, because we don't have the political power to really change anything. But what we do is we have the political capital that we can just take away. And I think that's where all this negativity.
How much political power does Elon Musk have?
I mean,
how much political power does the guy who runs Facebook or even Amazon? Do you know that they are the ones mainly pushing the H-1B1 visa?
How much political power?
I do know that, but at the same time, how do you think Elon Musk has more political power than the Black American population?
Bro, he actually was in the White House and got all of people's information.
So
and
Elon's vote matters more than ours?
Elon Musk has all of our information because he was in the White House as a Doge. What African American was able to go into the White House, get everybody's information? What are you talking about?
Yeah, like, none of us, and that's the point. Why are we participating in a political system that's like not even allowing us to participate?
So I'm saying is that you're trying
who do we vote for at that point?
Man, we don't have as much political power because let me tell you something. Every person that was Black in that policy seat is getting slowly removed.
So why are they worried about the Black vote?
We don't have no political power.
This is what it all comes down to: Black people not advocating politically. So what if we don't have any political power? Why does it matter?
I mean, we do advocate politically. It's just you got to think about who are the ones that's actually advocating the issue. It's literally the Sambos and the Coons who are in the conversation, and those their representation. So, and again, accountability.
And they're trying to say that those are the
they want a health care coverage for illegals and
not just illegal. Jesse Jackson was a foundational Black American. You know what I'm saying? Martin Luther King was a foundational Black American.
That's not true, bro. When you stop saying that, Jesse Jackson is the person that created African Americans.
I'm sorry.
Was he a foundational Black American?
He created that, but he created.
Was he a foundational Black American? Yes or no?
Let me ask you a question, man. Since you asking all these questions.
No, bro. You interrupted.
You just said.
Yes or no? Yes or no? Was he foundational Black American or was he Caribbean?
Foundational Black Americans are our ancestors. All the ancestors are foundational Black Americans. That covers everybody.
You see how nobody knows what a foundational Black American
I just told you. I just told you.
Oh, then yes, he's a foundational Black American.
Everybody, listen. Put one in the chat.
I see, ma'am.
If what's happening? Black Americans is the ancestor.
Ma'am, what's happening?
I don't remember Martin Luther King claiming FBA.
What I see.
Martin Luther King is not FBA now.
What I see.
I don't remember him claiming FBA.
Hold on.
It's
I'm
full blood
sorry.
American.
Blaming
You come from
FBA
the